The early birding traffic takes the Narrows Bridge to Perth. While down the Swan at Applecross, the boats slide their boat.
This was the official 1960s vision of a suburban utopia in Australia's biggest and richest state, but it was dependent on airbrushing out an entire human community.
Ah, unlikely.
Today, it's a hotel with a luxury spa.
Australia must be the only country that makes a tourist hotel out of a place of carnage. I can't think of another. They're the obvious comparisons, but this is.
I know what you're saying. It's so degrading. We feel so, so traumatised about all of this. And you can imagine 7 people living, trying to be crammed into each cell. There's 3 cells here.
And the kind of conditions that they were living in.
The conditions they lived in initially when this was first built, they only had 1 vent above the door. That was it. And it gets really cold here and it gets really hot here.
This is obviously a family room. This is where the children go. They've got unconscious parents there.
This room we're in is actually 3 rooms. In each cell, there's 3 of them here.
So
17 people died in each cell.
17 people.
So in this expanse, you can see from that row alone there to there, 51 people died.
And this is what people now pay $240 a night. Yes, that's what it costs. We rented this room to do this interview. $240.
Unbelievable. And they don't have any idea what happened in here. No one tells them. No one lets them know. And I tell you what, if it was me, I would want to know what happened in the room that I slept in. Just outside that room, that door, they built a gallows. They hung a gas burner down there. And the other prisoners that came down with him had never seen someone hung. And they were subjected to being lined up each side of the gallows. And the prisoners built the gallows that had already been here. And they watched as that man was hung. The impact it had on them, they were just stunned, and for days and days, they were just mourning and wouldn't eat. So that's tipping over as well as what happened here. And these people coming in here and staying here, this is what Aboriginal people are subjected to in Australia, the lucky country. I mean, it's lucky for who? Certainly not us. We're refugees in our own country.
Next to the hotel is one of Australia's largest mass graves. Over 300 Aboriginal prisoners are buried here. Until a few years ago, there was no sign indicating this was sacred ground. What was once the morgue is now the hotel kitchen.
the truth about the Aborigines. So listen, and I'll tell you why. Before I do, I'm gonna tell you straight that I do not exaggerate. And another thing, I do not lie. Now when they landed here upon our shore, they took the land and a whole lot more. They took our women and had their evil way. Against their weapons we had no defense. Then their grog took their innocence. They just took from us, never did repay. Broken down, blood and tears. All we've known is blood and tears. Children crying, sounds are dying in our ears. And you can't ignore what's happened through the years. No matter what you do and say, you never ever wash away our blood and tears. Blood and tears. You'll never read it in a history book, what they done to us as Captain Cook. They killed so many people with such ease. And as the days and the years went by, so many more of us would come to die from all sorts of things they call disease. And all the things that they don't talk about how they built their cities and they pushed us out. So don't you tell me that you had it rough. They filled our minds and our hearts with fear, took everything that we held dear, until the time had come to say enough. Blood and tears. All we've known is blood and tears. Children crying, sounds of dying in our ears, and you can't ignore what's happened through the years. No matter what you do and say, you never ever wash away blood and tears, blood and tears. So if you ever see us marching by with the black, the red, and the gold held high, don't ever be afraid to ask what for. Everything is gonna be alright. We don't wanna start a fight. The time has come for talking, not for war. Never wrote it down in history, the truth about the Aborigine, but we were always here, and here we'll stay. The things they done and the things they do will all be told, and I'm telling you, well, all of you get ready for the judgment day. Folk and blood and tears. All we know is blood and tears. Children crying, sounds of dying in our ears, and you can't ignore what's happened through the years. No matter what you do and say, you never ever wash away our blood and tears, blood and tears. Blood and tears. Children crying, sounds of dying in our ears, and you can't ignore what's happened through the years. No matter what you do and say, you'll never ever wash away blood and tears, blood and tears, blood and tears. night or a snow-covered winter's day. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. There is none so blind as he who will not see. We must not close our minds, we must let our thoughts be free. For every hour that passes by, you know the world gets a little bit older. It's time to realize that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Everything is beautiful.
Blackfoot. Their name was Waddy and Nipper. There was two tall blokes, full-blood Aboriginal. They came from the north. They were stationed here in Perth at the police station in Rose Street. They was tractors. They come down to be stationed in Perth. And they used to come out to Bassendean, Eden Mill camp days. This is Mary Crescent running from Law Street now going in the westerly direction up the hill. That was a high point near the park there. And on that hill, in them days before the houses was all there was this big tree. Right on this hill, blackbutt tree. And this day, Waddy and Nipper come out on the weekend, and my father, old Tommy Bruffer and Yinda, his name was, Blackwater name. So we're all sitting up on the hill this day, and Waddy and Nipper had a habit of sitting down with their legs crossed, proper Blackwater way. And they started hitting these sticks. They had 2 sticks, one in each hand, and they sitting down there singing. And Dad and me sitting there watching them and listening to them. And they was singing there, singing that song about this Cardia. And they stopped, and up the hill they seen this Cardia coming, big on guana. And he coming along, and Waddy got up and he had the stick and he hit him. Bang, and he killed him. And they made a fire there, and then they curled him up and they put him in the ashes and they covered him over. And while he was cooking there, they were sitting around this little fire. And me and Dad was sitting there watching them and listening to them, and then Nipper started singing again. And while he was doing that, Waddy got some green bushes from the jarrah tree, what has grown, the small one. And he laid them all down, and then Nipper, he started to rake the coal back in this guana. He was all cooked, and they put him on the bushes and they started dusting him with the bushes and they breaking him, and they talking him now and then got him, and they started eating this fella. They ate him all up there, the good feet. They went back that day, then back to the police station in Rose Street where they stopped. In the stables there, they had a room there. And they used to clean all the stables for the policemen. They used to have their meals there. They used to get a few shillings each week. And that's the story of Waddy and Nipper. We never seen them no more. They went back north. And my dad, his old Yinda brother, he said, they must be gone, Norwich. Because that Cartier come that day when they were singing, and Dad reckoned it might be them fellas spiritual dreaming coming looking for him. We never seen them two no more. So that's the story of Mary Crescent on the hill. It was a high point in them days. We used to sit up there on that hill and we could see all around. This is before all the houses was built there. And down in that swamp there was the main area where we used to all gather on Sundays and Saturdays. Big troop schools going there. And all gathering, and all those young fellas, we used to have sports there. Running and high jumping and hop stepping and jump. When the day was over, we had a big fire going and we used to sit down and sing them old country and western songs and all around the fire. All them fellas are gone now. John Pickett, Dennis Parfitt, Claude Parfitt, Ronnie Willis Ellis, Ernie Pork Robinson. All gone away now. We used to sit around there and Ben Morrison with his guitar. We used to sing all them songs. Cool Clear Water and the Red River Valley songs. The Slim Dusties and the Hank Snows and the Buddy Williams. We used to have a good time then. But that's all way back there now, way back down through the langways of yesterday. We'll never see those days again. And I'll never see my friends. Because they're gone. They're gone across the clouded plains. There might be a time and a place. In the end, when my highways end, I might catch up with them then. So that's the story of Waddy and Nipper, an old Yunda brother of my dad.
Handouts. You know, I believe that Aboriginal people are getting pretty sick and tired of handouts and the welfare system. The song that I call "Keep Your Handouts and Give Us Back Our Land."
Go north towards Minnesota. The mining company had already dug up 20 feet deep and got so many thousand tons of uranium and left a big hole there, but they just filled up and the water started running everywhere until all the life, the bush life, kangaroos, emus and etc. And it's a very poison. I believe the uranium means to die. The moment you unearth from the uranium, which is a very destructive element that man could not handle. They get this, I believe, with the electricity and to make bombs. The very bomb that they get the earth they get from uranium will be very destructive for our people living out in the desert. The people that are going to work in the mine, they're going to die. It's going to be their children's children. We will all die through this destructive element. And our minds will be finished. I think it's foolish of the government to give this decision on. The Aboriginal people are afraid for this destructive element, which is going to be mined. And why for government to don't let the mining companies to go ahead? What are they going to do with the waste? I think it's foolish. I'm against. The Aboriginal people are all against. They're afraid. If they have to go down and take one rock away from another, I believe when you unearth any rock from there, it's just like unearthing a dead body from the grave. And you kill them in the wrong way. in the dream time, it's evidently in the dream time that this place, Uluru, when the two great supernatural men came to that place in the early history of mankind, and they saw some people there, and the people been interfering with them rocks, and they become dead stones, and they became statues. They became turned into rocks. So the dream time story, what the Aboriginals told us is very true. And all very destructive minerals, the uranium. The very thing that they got the men gonna dig at is gonna be very destructive to kill those race down. And that's also in the picture about Eric Hill, when the time of the Nepalese bombing in those times was cruel. And this destructive element known as Uluru to die.
An aberration.
What do we want? What we need is our independence. So I'm gonna keep for our descendants before it's too late. No, there's nothing here for us in '88. Now, you might think that we already have too much. They say the government has given us enough. But here's one thing that you'll never understand. Keep your hand out, give us back LA. I said keep your hand out, give us back LA. We used to feel our land under our feet, but now it's turned into a street. We used to live on this land, but now we watch never learned in history the truth about the Aborigines. So listen, and I'll tell you why. Before I do, I'm going to tell you straight that I do not exaggerate. And another thing, I do not lie. Now when they landed here upon that shore, they took the man and a whole lot more. They took their women and had their equal way.
Nature's gift to the Aboriginal people.
Against their weapons they had no defense. Then they took their innocence they just took from us. Never did repay. So open men, blood and tears.
Windbreak. Trees.
All we've known is blood and
Shade. Hot day.
children crying.
Fire.
Sounds of dying in our ears.
This was happening.
And you can't ignore what's
Peace of
happened through the years.
The wind blowing strong in their faces.
No matter what you do and
As a
say,
community people,
never ever wash away
in the highest of white man,
our blood and tears,
priceless.
blood and tears.
All over Australia, Aboriginal land,
You'll never read it in a history book.
Aboriginal people.
What they done to us is Captain Cook. They killed so many people with such ease.
It is still happening to Aboriginal.
And as the days and the years went by, so many more of us would come to die from all sorts of
Aboriginal
things.
people is
They
Australia
call
wide.
disease.
They've been forced away from their traditional way of life.
No They filled our minds and our hearts with fear. Took everything
So,
that
they
we
watched
held
me.
dear. Until that time had come to say
Stampede was on inland to Coolgardie. The spread of their greediness went in all directions, north, east, and south, leaving their rapid burrows behind them, claiming the gold, robbing the Aboriginal
Children
people of their
crying,
land. Gold is a magnet,
sound of
poison,
dying
and
in
destruction.
our ears.
Teddy Hannon claimed he was the first guy that
And you
found
can't
Kalgoorlie,
ignore
but that's not
what's
true. We all
happened
know the
through
one guys
the years.
of Kalgoorlie and all combined right back to the Wooden
No
Ranges,
matter what you do and
up to
say,
Northern Territory,
never
up
ever
to
wash away
Alice Springs, Darwin,
blood
and
and
all
tears.
about Kalgoorlie.
The white population of Western Australia jumped from 30,000
So
to
if you ever see us
200,000
marching by
between
with the black, the red, and the
1891
gold
and
held high,
1903,
don't
by
ever
which
be
year
afraid to
gold
ask
made up
what for.
88% of Western Australia's exports.
Everything is
The
gonna be
greedy London
alright.
investors bought
We
many
don't wanna
shares
start a
in
fight.
corporates.
The time has come for talking,
Soon,
not
the
for
rich and
war.
powerful companies had taken control.
Never
In the gold
wrote
rushes
in
that came to
history
Coolgardie,
the
the
trigger
prospect
that
was
we
named
ever
Leslie Robert
made,
Menzies.
but we
He bought himself
were
19
always
camels
here,
and
and
found
he
himself an
will
Aboriginal
stay.
guide who he called Jimmy. He travelled north for
The
100
things they
miles
done
from
and the
Coolgardie
things they
until he
do
came to a
will
water
all be told, and I'm telling you, and all of you get ready for the judgment day. So there, blood and tears. All we know is blood and tears. Children crying, sounds of dying in our ears. And you can't ignore what's happened through the years. No,
We had a
no
merry
matter
time
what
for
you
several
do and
months.
say,
Bullets won the day.
never ever wash away.
Natives retreated, leaving 8 dead.
Our blood and tears, blood and tears.
North of Menzies, I buried jelly beans around the outskirts of my camp and made hand grenades of dynamite and shot fuses.
Children crying,
Then the fun began.
sounds
Spears
of
began to come from all
dying in
sides.
our
I pressed the
ears.
detonator. Dirt, shrubs, and
And you
rabbits were
can't
in the air.
ignore
I threw a
what's
few hand grenades.
happened through
No more
the
spears
years.
came whizzing about me. At daybreak, I
No,
walked up to the intended
no
battlefield.
matter what you do
14
and
dead
say,
natives, blood
you'll
trails
never
everywhere.
ever wash away. Blood and tears, blood and tears,
Up here at 40 miles.
blood and
And they can go to water all about 190 kilometers out here. And they can go for water back here about another 100 kilometers. No water, but the main water. That came and went and if you went up north from here about north from here, you'll then down this river and go.
I stopped my camel. At my feet lay quartz specimens studded with gold. Filled with excitement, I jumped to the ground. My heels crashed into a pile of nuggets. Nuggets and quartz lay everywhere. The place was literally saturated with them. I hustled back to the camels for sale. In 2 hours we had gathered up 750,000 pounds worth of gold. Next morning we started for Coolgardie to record our claim. All day we rode as if we were possessed. We'd taken the route to the Palace Hotel and were carrying the bags carefully in when one of them broke. There was a wild scramble amongst the loungers and many cries of "Where is your mother?" I invited them to join me in the group. Champagne at last to the tune of 3,000 pounds. I posted directions and bid and breakfast. Out of town the mob went in a solid pack. The rush had set in. which until a few hours before had known only the pad and black fellow's head, was now an excited, roaring camp. My friend lying tumultuous. Lust, greed, avarice, generosity, hope, despair whirled round in a mad dance. Every day teams were coming in by the hundreds, camels loaded with corrugated iron buildings. 34 public houses were erected in 6 weeks. The place was a hotbed of thieving and lawlessness. The government surveyor came out and surveyed the town site. Building walls of 30 by 50 feet and sold for £884 apiece. The mayor had the privilege of choosing the rest of the council. The whole town was sprawled over the hills and solar installations. Here is a blue garden, Calvary, and 100 other spots. Another chapter was written in Australian history.
You know our campfires were special to us because it signified home, togetherness, unity, discipline, and many respect. Around the humpies but many stories also. The bush played a very big part in all our lives. But since we moved to towns and new concrete homes, did you know our heart turned so hard and so cold within our campfires? So I pray, would you please, let's pick up the glowing torch and flame. May our campfires burn over and over again. We got to keep our campfires burning. Burning us alive. And there's a red yellow in all you and night. We gotta keep those campfires dancing. And there's a red and yellow.
He got promoted and became the commissioner of policing for the night.
May our campfires
When
burn
white authorities
forever.
wanted to, they took evidence from and sent it to places always in concentration camps. Prisoners were
When I was
they said
my mother, her heartbeat kept me whole. In perfect time together, my mind, my body, my soul. But ain't nothing so sweet as my mother's heartbeat. La, 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 la. My mother
Aboriginal people were forced to
was beating when I first touched the ground, shaving my mother's keeping. Oh, I was safe and sound. Not anything so sweet as my mother's heartbeat. Now my mother's heart stopped beating one dark and dreadful day. La la la, was weeping the day I went away. It's my rhythm of life, the sound of my mother's heartbeat. My mother's heart is beating somewhere in this earth, and at night while I lay sleeping, I'll dream sweet dreams of her. For there's nothing so sweet as my mother's heartbeat.
Said to my mother in Wanga language, "Oh, who's this boy?" And I was
No more boomerang, no more beyond. Now we all civilized. I love my piano.